calm before the storm. You're waiting for your new kingdom to open. If you're part of a jump group, you've been given the kingdom you're going to and the zone you're going to, and now it's just a waiting game. The game has given us one improvement for when we're waiting for a new kingdom. In the old days, we used to have to look how long this one took, which was 2 days, 16 hours, and then estimate how long the next one's going to take to finish, and then a new kingdom will spawn. So 1 day, 8 hours is more than half of the time of the last kingdom, which means we really are expecting the next kingdom very soon. But what you can now do is, if you have an old account, like I've got lots of old accounts, you can go into the event called, go into an old account, go into the event called A New Journey, press go, and then you can register for the kingdom that you're waiting for. So I'm waiting for 3501. And what it says here, you reserve a spot. I don't really know if that's important. You can cancel at any time. You reserve a spot in a new kingdom and create a character in that kingdom. Your new character will receive a valuable reward, which of course is the new journey reward. That's not changed. But what has changed is you will be notified by mail once the kingdom is open. So let's register. So instead of having to log in and out of the game to try and refresh the kingdoms, I should now be able to just wait for a mail to come in the system here. This is my first time trying this, so I hope it works. And when the mail appears here, I can then immediately start my new account, and that would be the beginning. So in this video, I'm going to talk about some of the objectives that you may want to be going for. If you are interested in Sunset Canyon, or if you're extremely competitive about the long-term success of your account, one of the things, or one of my first priorities would be, of course, getting the blacksmiths. I would rush for the blacksmiths, whatever the aim of my account, to be honest, because it's such an important building. The blacksmith is a bottleneck in the game, especially for free to play, because it's really the main source of materials for what will eventually be legendary equipment, which are fantastically expensive. Every day, if I was to get my blacksmiths at day 3 and you were to get your blacksmiths at day 4, I would have 24 hours on you, which in itself at the VIP prices is worth 1,125 gems. Of course, if you're a jumper and I'm a sleeper and I get mine day 3 and you get yours after a jump day 11, say, then I'm significantly ahead. I'm thousands of gems ahead of you. I've built a huge advantage. The next objective you may want to go for is to get your support accounts onto 3501. You need to do this very quickly because, of course, there's a jumper cap. If we go out here, we don't know precisely what the jumper cap is. I actually estimate it might be more like 1,000 than the hundreds we thought it was. But of course, there were always more than one project. And even if you look around for ages, you tend to only find the projects that are in your language. So here we are. Entry for beginners. Teleport is, of course, finished for this kingdom because it's been open for 1 day and 8 hours. But this tends to fill up very quickly, especially if you're in a large project. And for all you know, there could be a Korean project, a Vietnamese project, a Spanish project that you don't know about, and it could fill up even quicker. I've heard of some kingdoms filling up in 20 minutes. So really, you need to play the waiting game like I am today. So, let's recap. General objectives at the beginning of your account is the blacksmiths. I would tend to do this even if you intend to hoard on the account. I would still get to the blacksmiths as quickly as possible and start hoarding the materials from that as well. I'm going to be keeping a very low profile in this kingdom, and I will name my account the Logic Bank. On my last account, I didn't do this because I wanted to sneak into alliances and get the maximum rewards. But I'm going to do a day-to-day guide on this account. So I'm going to be making a lot more videos, and it's going to be a lot more obvious who I am, even if I didn't use the name Logic Bank. Remember though, with your sleeper account, you need to be your undercover. You are definitely going to migrate away from this kingdom. So really, you've already made the decision to betray this kingdom. So that's why you're called a sleeper. You're like a sleeper cell. You're hidden in the kingdom for 20 days. The best thing you could do, though, is to join in. It's to get in the best alliance you can. So again, another reason why I would raise power is to join the best alliance I can to get sanctum rewards. You might not be able to join one of the alliances that has 4 sanctums attached, but you could certainly, I would think, get into one that has 1 or 2 attached quite easily by getting your power quite quickly to 2 or 300k. If you can push it even more, maybe you can get into a better alliance, especially if you're dropping some money. I don't usually talk about payment guides, but if you are planning to pay on your account, obviously no harm getting Minamoto for 99p nice and early, but I would prefer really there's 2 routes: to develop your VIP to 10 as quickly as possible, and then every day of your sleeper or jumper you'll be farming a gold head. Or my preference, or what I would do, is I would always hold off paying or putting any real money into an account until I was happy with the alliance that I have found. Even if you find a kingdom that's at peace with some great people that are a good laugh, there's a huge difference between a professional alliance that's really going somewhere and some really great guys with some experience who are doing really well. But I say I'd be very careful spending my money before I was really happy with where I had landed. If you are happy, also though, remember, as long as you found some good people for KVK1, you can always migrate again if you build up those passports. So all I would say to those that are pay to play is I would personally hold my horses, apart from grabbing Minamoto, until I was really happy with where I've landed, who I was with, and how the account was going. That's what I want to say on that. I understand obviously there's these flux things that give you a bit of a discount, but there's lots and lots of content creators that will give you a spending guide. But as you say, hold your horses and make sure you're happy with where you land. The worst thing you could do is begin a jumper today, spend quite a lot of money on your jumper, and then miss the kingdom because it spawns at night. And then you say you're then a jumper on your own, which is a nuisance, and you spent money on it. Then you have to either correct that to where you're going, which is then going backwards in time. And there's lots of various problems that you've made yourself. So, I look forward to seeing you in 3501. And I would say go for that blacksmiths. It's one of the game bottlenecks. Hold your horses or think very carefully before you start spending money. Obviously, as well as Minamoto, you can't really turn down the gold. When you get a legendary and it offers you 10 gold heads, it's too much of a bargain. But I say, just really think about what you're doing. Hope this helps somebody. Welcome to your new journey. Whether you're starting a sleeper or a jumper, this video should be reasonably helpful. And if you didn't know about that life hack, I hope it works. Firstly, I have to delete the video if I don't get a system message. It does say in the mail, so I'm presuming it is going to come in here in the system mail. Good luck on your new adventure.